Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? I was watching this video I stumbled upon yesterday, and the channel was, I believe, Zoya's Life of an Introvert, and the video was entitled something like, I'm 36 years old and I have accomplished nothing with my life. And the video made me sad and really resonated with me. I wasn't just sad for the person that made the video, but because I could feel it myself, and I know a lot of other people feel that way. And if you feel like you just haven't accomplished what you're supposed to accomplish, whatever that is, that you haven't lived up to expectations, that you feel like you're just taking up space, this video is for you. And one of the things I had to learn, it was a tough lesson to learn, was that I did not need to justify my existence. And for my entire life, I had been justifying my existence. I had been trying to make mommy and daddy happy and make the other adults happy and make the other kids like me and prove myself with a job and wherever else I was. I felt like I was trying to justify the fact that I took up space. And I was taught that our real value is in being ourselves, my value and your value, and that we don't need to justify taking up space. It's enough just to simply be human. We don't need to do anything else in order to be worthy. And we don't have to live up to anybody's expectations. And the most brutal expectations that I've faced, and maybe you face, are the ones in my own head, where I have these expectations of what I ought to be doing, how I stack up to somebody else, should I have accomplished this, should I be better at this, that, or the other thing. All that nonsense we tell ourselves that, the expectations of other people pale in comparison. You don't need to live up to those expectations. Not the ones out from anybody else, not the ones from yourself. You don't even need to define a purpose for yourself. It's enough simply to be your authentic self. You don't need to fulfill some great plan or have some reason for being here. It's just enough to be here and enjoy life, because this is the one shot you get. And there's a lot of great stuff to experience. You don't need to prove that you belong here. You belong. So the takeaway for this really is to start treating yourself like you matter and you have value, because you do. Be good to yourself today. And the interesting thing is, once we start to believe that we matter and we actually have value, we really start to believe that deep in our soul, which takes time, then very often I find that we start to do the things that produce good results in our lives. We start to kind of live up to those expectations anyway, not because we say, oh, well, I love myself now, so I ought to do these things, but because we really start to find value in ourselves. And we naturally start doing those things that make our life better, that make us healthier, that make us happier, all those sorts of things. It's really funny how that works. So if you're struggling with that self-image, with that feeling like maybe you don't belong, maybe you're not worth enough, that you need to justify yourself, take a deep breath. You don't have to. It's just enough to be you and to be here. Have a good one, kids.